Good evening. And before I welcome everyone to this evening's second event of the CSM Electronic Music Extravaganza, I wanted to thank Chris Bobrowski for putting everything together, for the whole program, for all the enormous support and her intelligence and graciousness in making all of this possible for us to be able to work together and in such a congenial fashion. So now I will do my prepared remarks and see you later. Okay, bye-bye. Good evening. I'm Brenda Hutchinson, and I'd like to welcome you all to our second evening of the College of San Mateo Electronic Music Spring Extravaganza. Tonight will be dedicated to video, and last night was our audio classes. And first of all, I just wanted to say congratulations to everyone who presented their work last night. It was so exciting and fabulous. And someone said, during in the chat there, that how high the bar has been raised, and it really has. Even more than usual, the bar is set really high because of the challenges and accomplishments that people have been able to achieve this semester in spite of COVID. Seems like the theme for me was collaboration and self-reliance, and how, if necessity is the mother of invention, how the students have really risen to come up with ways to be able to produce work together in spite of the restrictions and of isolation that have been imposed. I'd like to read you what Chris Bobrowski, who has directed Music 423, the small ensemble class in electronic music, has to say about her course. And then I'll talk a little bit about Music 293, the audio for visual media, as this is the video night here. So, okay. This is about Music 423, the small ensemble electronic music class. This class explored what it means to be an ensemble during a pandemic where everyone is working in isolation. Students experimented with various methods of remote, collaborative music making and came up with their own musical strategies and technical systems. You will hear an original group project, postcard piece, mixed media, and a performance of Sonic Meditation number 8, Environmental Dialogue by Pauline Oliveros. I just wanted to say a word about the scores and devices of those pieces, how under maybe ordinary circumstances, people would not necessarily come to these strategies when they're able to sit in the same room and improvise together or follow a more traditional score. The Sonic Meditations of Pauline Oliveros they're very explicit, but they're open-ended into how people can find ways to perform the sorts of engagement that she's asking for, all based on listening. And so I'm not going to give it away. Very exciting. The solution this class came up with, and how to interpret this piece and realize it. Now for Music 293, audio for visual media. Generally, it's a class always that the students are to take a piece of visual media, narrative. It's all about stories, and strip all the sound away and then replace it, which means replace everything: dialogue, music, sound effects, ambience, and Foley. And in particular, the first half of the semester is done at school in the studio, and it involves working. You have to work together in order to do some of these things. If anybody has seen a Foley artist or knows what a Foley artist is, there's someone who's watching the movie, and they're replacing the footsteps in time with the picture, and then there's someone in the other room in a booth doing the recording. The same situation for a performing musician in a booth and inside the booth, and then someone outside in the main room, doing all the work. All the students in both classes have had to do everything themselves. and right from the beginning. So it's particularly interesting and exciting to me to see how the students were able to do this. All at home, all by themselves, generally in their own rooms, a lot of times on computers that were crashing, phones that weren't working. I mean, it was the will and the resilience to do all of this work is astonishing and wonderful and inspiring to me, and I'm really honored to be part of this whole venture. Last but not least, I wanted to thank our Dean, Laura Demsitz, and our instructional aide, Nicholas Fernandez, and our TA, Quinn Manley, for helping us get the equipment that we needed, make it work, just being super responsive and supportive of all the students. This could not have happened with them. So thank you all, and without further ado, here we go.